Okay. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you mind me asking some questions, just out of curiosity? I'm looking just for general content for my channel.
Yeah.
So,
who do you work for?
just myself.
Oh, okay.
I don't work this field for a living. I do other stuff.
Okay.
But I was just kind of curious as far as what you thought of the whole HAARP playing with the weather and how it affects you guys.
The
HAARP, H-A-A-R-P.
How does that
Excuse me, an hour ago, it's my friends offshore right now. That's a giant golden tile. It's one of the best eating fish you can catch here. And look how pretty it is 60 miles out. See how flat the water is out there? Now in another hour or two, the tides are going to start coming back in. Every day this week, southeast wind picked up in the afternoon and evening. Sometimes that wind turns as soon as the tide changes. You're going to have a bumpy ride back. But that is bragging rights. That is a very prestigious fish out there. They got 12 yellowfin tunas on the boat right now. Bites on.
Well, HAARP is, I don't know how many there are in the country. I've heard reports that there's at least 2 fields.
Okay.
There's one in Alaska, and it's a great big old fat field. It's pretty much just a big plain in Alaska.
Okay.
And the best way I can describe it is there's a bunch of antennas, and they're all in a big cluster in a square. And what they do is they send some sort of like field. I don't know if it's like electromagnetic, but some sort of field up into the sky, and they're experimenting with manipulating the weather to get it to do whatever they want, whether it's for malevolent purposes or just to see what's going on, what would be the effects of it, and they've actually proven it to work. Now, how much on a grand scale, I don't know, but what are your thoughts on that?
I actually have no knowledge on that, so I can't really answer any questions because I don't really know. I don't have any information on that.
I would definitely encourage you to at least look into it.
Okay.
It's H-A-R-P.
Okay.
The other one is, what about stratospheric aerosol spray? They claim that it's for, and this is another program that's actually in the works right now, and people see it all the time but don't even think anything of it. All the lines up in the sky from jets and all.
Contrails?
No, actually it's Geo Engineering. That's what it's commonly known as. There's a woman, she did it for the Air Force. She was basically the equivalent of the EPA, and she found all these chemicals were coming on the base, and they would leave without any paper trail. And she would raise questions to her superiors and be like, hey, I'm getting all these, enormous, orders for these chemicals. What's going on? And they basically, in a nutshell, told her, shut up, do your job, just pass them on through, not do anything. Well, she's come forward and said, no, this stuff is happening. And what it is a bunch of chemicals that are being sprayed into the sky, and inside there's aluminum, barium, and strontium. These are serious chemicals, and she would actually try and make sure that people have the proper hazmat for these things while they're working in and around it, putting on the jets or whatever. So as they're spraying them, this stuff is being spread out through the sky and creating a so-called cloud, but it's not really a cloud. What are your thoughts on that?
I studied contrails. In weather.
Well, contrails, they actually
about chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
That's a whole different.
Chemtrails is what I'm talking about. Contrails, that's from the tips of like the wings and stuff like that.
The hot exhaust. Yep.
Right. Where eventually it does dissipate. Because it's just
humidity. If
right.
It lingers.
Right. Correct. But these actually lay out into the sky and just spread. I was out in Emporia because I was doing some work out there, and the sky was just a gorgeous, deep blue sky, and all of a sudden you start seeing these, lines, and then by like within a couple hours, this stuff spread so much there was just a nasty, dingy sky color from what it was. And so with that playing into how you guys, figure out what the forecast is going to be, what's going to be taking place, what are your thoughts as far as how that plays into effect?
Again, I believe a lot of it's contrails. I don't really believe in the whole chemtrail kind of thing. So.
What about the whole whistleblower?
The whole, a whole nother world.
Right. Well, they keep playing it off as some sort of conspiracy theory, but there's actually, and it's not, because there's actually been top officials, not necessarily, in government, but these people have actually come forward to say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we've been trying to, come up with as far as to help with the global warming. But in fact, with all those chemicals finally hitting the ground, it's saturating the ground with like aluminum. So, I mean.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen any reports or confirmation of that. But so sorry. I don't think I can help you.
I would, like I said, I'd highly recommend looking into the HAARP. I mean, if you just do like a Google or whatever search engine you use, put that in there. And if you go to Kristen Megan, it's 2 first names. That's her first and last name. She goes through and she actually says, look, this is my credentials. This is all the stuff that for people to sit here and say, oh, I'm just making this stuff up. These are all my credentials.
Okay.
Actual Air Force paperwork within her training manual. And so,
Yeah, no, I will definitely look into it. I just don't have any information, really.
Okay. Well, I just figured I'd bring it up, see what you thought in how it conflicts, or with basically how the jet streams are playing, because I know they always change on a constant basis. So, all right. Thank you.